Welcome, everyone. It's Leslie Flowers, Trailblazer for Women in Business, and this is Awakening Your Infinite Potential Telesummit. And our presenter today is the most amazing person in marketing that I've met in a long time. Her name is Ashley Morrison, and she's the president and founder of Abundant Marketing, which is a small business marketing company that will do anything a small business needs to do to grow without breaking the bank. Now, I know Ashley, and she's passionate about serving small business owners and helping other business owners reach their goals. As for her company, she has two clear visions. Boy, that's something, having a clear vision for her company: to create a phenomenal marketing company that helps small businesses grow, not only in Raleigh, but around the country, and establish a workplace that employees love to come to and love serving their customers. Every day, Ashley gets up and strives to reach those two goals more than she did the day before. Ashley and her team offer free marketing strategy sessions to all small businesses, simply to help small business owners brainstorm through their marketing efforts. So do not hesitate to reach out to Ashley, and you'll see several ways that you can do this. So Ashley, welcome, and thank you for being here on Awakening Your Infinite Potential. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for the wonderful introduction, Leslie, and thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here.
Well, I'm very excited about what you're doing, and I know that you will resonate with people that are on the verge or experiencing their own awakening of their infinite potential. So please tell us where you were when along came your awakening and you really got clear on how you could be of service to others, please.
Yeah, so you can all tell I'm a little younger than most business owners. I graduated college. We'll not give you dates on that, but I had a 1 year between graduating from college and starting my company. And that year, I still refer to it as my lost year. It was a time that I had professors tell me that I was going to be working in sales, and I was going to be in sales for the first 10 years of my career, whether I liked it or not. And I found out that I was very good at sales. I was spectacular at it, but I felt like marketing and sales should not be separate. I felt like there were so many marketing elements that could have made my efficiency better. It could have made me a more effective salesperson. And me being the entrepreneur that I am, I walked up to bosses and told them that. And it created a lot of strife. Most of the time I was right, which made it even worse. And I found out that I did not fit well being told to sit and cold call 8 hours a day. So there are so many better ways to market a business. So in that year, that lost year, I actually interviewed at a handful of small businesses and had so many say, I need help like this and I need you, but I can't afford to hire you full time. And just hearing that resounding, I need you, but I can't have you, and asking, is there somebody else out there that can help you? And hearing, I don't know, or I'm pretty sure no, that just sparked my awakening. And that's when I knew it was time for me to be a small business owner, and it was time for me to help small business owners.
I love that. I love that. So were there any moments leading up to it that kind of gave you an inkling, or was it this kind of aversion really to corporate structure, right? Using your best talents?
Yeah, so it was a lot of the consistent pattern of me not fitting in and me struggling in positions. But then there was an afternoon, it was an evening, that I was at a very well-known Christian band's concert, and I heard this song that the song's name is Thrive, and the lyrics say that we're meant to thrive and that we're meant for so much more than just this day-to-day. And I hated getting up in the morning. I hated going to work. I hated everything about it. And there were so many people sitting in desks right next to me that felt the exact same way. And that's where that clear second vision came from of, I don't want employees feeling like I did, or hiding in the bathroom like I occasionally did, or ever having to feel like that. And so that's where those two clear visions came from, and the big push to be a small business owner came from.
So the real the awakening that moved you finally into it sounds like a song triggered it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so really it was something as simple as that, but you were already kind of ready for it though. You were already listening. Tell us a little bit about that.
So my entire life, I was fighting being an entrepreneur. When I was in high school, I was, for any of you who know what it is, I was a part of DECA. DECA is an organization that puts high schoolers together and makes them either write a business plan or put in a business role-playing event where they have to figure out what to do. And something about that just changed me, and I competed very well with DECA. And just coming through that and then going into NC State, a lot of the classes at NC State were very corporate level marketing. And I kept asking questions like, well, what does this mean for a small business? And don't ask questions like that. I learned I should stop asking questions and saying things. But it was just kind of a pattern that we saw that was just coming. I actually tried to be an accountant for a while, and that was my major for a couple weeks. And then a professor said, don't. So it was something that was coming for a long time, and I was listening for it.
Excellent. Now, so the people that are listening, these are the ways that, and you'll learn from all our speakers, what actually happened with them that had them have this awakening moment. And infinite potential, for the moment, that is your purpose, right, Ashley? In the moment. Yes. I mean, we don't know that it'll be this for the rest of your life, but certainly based on that awakening moment. Now, I'm really interested for you to share, once you heard that song and that was your second epiphany or awakening, what steps did you take? What 1 or 2 steps did you take next towards starting your business?
So my next step, that actually, I think the concert was January 22nd or 23rd, and my company actually opened May 1. So it was a quick turnaround time. Step 1 for me, there was kind of 2 steps that went side by side. One was marketing research to really get a good idea of if there was a need in the market for marketing services and then what those needs looked like. And then my second step was asking for help and really getting the help I needed to develop a business plan and what my company would look like. And ironically, I went to Wake Tech for that, and I met Katie Gales, who's actually another speaker, and she kind of helped walk me through that process of writing a business plan and getting everything started.
So you know what I think is so interesting here, as soon as you got into action, the right person showed up for you. And yes, Katie is a speaker and she's amazing and deals with exactly what you were talking about. So what I heard then is, for those listening, is the first part, you did some research.
Yep.
Right. So you didn't just go wildly into, oh, well, I've got this great idea and everybody's going to want it. Rather than an idea looking for people, you were identifying the people looking for the idea.
Exactly.
And I probably could have told you that there's lots of people that need what you do, and you know that now. But then the second thing is, you actually moved forward in seeking out an expert. You ended up with an expert, but certainly seeking to learn things that you didn't know.
Exactly.
Right? Are those 2 good steps for anyone who has reached an awakening? Maybe they're not 100% sure this is it, but would those be good steps anyway, if you're leaning in a certain way?
Yeah, in my line of work, I've seen a lot of businesses that do and do not succeed, unfortunately. And a lot of the ones that do the best are they're doing their research. There are some that kind of come a little too late and they've got this great idea and there's no research behind it or market for it. And that's always heartbreaking to watch. And then, yes, definitely ask for help. There are so many great nationwide international organizations that offer free resources that will help, that take advantage of every free resource out there.
But start by researching and kind of being an observer in your industry. Is that kind of what I'm hearing? So, all right, so then you did that, and then 3 months later, you opened your business. Is that pretty normal for people to get an idea and 3 months later to open a business?
No. So, that was a very fast turnaround time. I'm one of those people that if I get an idea, if I get a calling and it's time to do something, I don't pause. I just start running towards it, and sometimes to my fault. But yeah, this was one of those things that a lot of people, it takes a year or two, a lot of chewing, a lot of thinking about it. And that's okay. It's important to think and think through all the things that could happen. But it's also important not to develop paralysis of analysis. So if you sit and you think and you do too much research and you just stew in it, you're never going to get to the point where you're doing what you want to be doing.
Right, well, you're not getting to experience the vision that you created and the purpose. And you know, so the people that are listening now to Ashley, do you see yourself in her? Do you feel that same kind of itch? So if you do, Ashley, tell us about what your download is so that people can get directly into action and then connect with you if this feels right. Please.
Yeah, so my download, and I'm not sure if I sent it to you. Did I send it to you, Leslie?
You will. It's okay.
Okay, yeah. Mine walks through just how to market a business and then how to think through who your target audience is. That is one of the most critical problems you'll find, is not knowing who your target audience is. And trust me, it is not everybody with a face. That's really bad. Don't ever tell anybody your target market is anybody who has a face. You got to be very specific, and the more you know who they are, and yes, this will change, but the more you know who they are, the better you'll be able to market to them. And it'll also help develop marketing research to determine if your business is going to do well, or on the flip side, if you're already in business, how to make your marketing campaigns work better for you and determine what marketing campaigns you need. Because, for example, my business, we love to work with what we call the reclusive business owners. So the business owners who are so busy, they can't get out of their business to market or to network or to meet people. We love those people because they need a lot of help, and they're doing well, but they can't get to the next level because they can't get out of their business. So those are great people for us. So our marketing campaigns look different than a lot of other marketing companies' campaigns because we know that's our specific client. And so we're going to do things like walking into their business or cold calling or things like that, where other businesses wouldn't naturally do that.
So is this a checklist, or you said there were two things in the handout? One was
more of a worksheet.
Your ideal client.
It's more of a worksheet, and then it'll help you think through kind of what those campaigns will be. Yep.
Oh, that is really, really critical. And that will be available for you. Ashley, if people want to reach out to you, what's the best way to reach you?
The best way to reach out, and our team, we all offer free strategy sessions. So whether you are in business yet or not, we will sit down, and those strategy sessions, they are not anything but strategy sessions. So we say, hey, what are you doing currently? What's working well? What's not working well? What do you think will work well? What do you not think will work well? And give you tips based off of that. The best way to do that, on our website, if you go to abundantmarketingsm.com, on the top image, it has a set up a consultation. If you click there, you can pick where you are and pick who you want to have a meeting with and just schedule it right there for yourself. So that's the best way to get in contact with me and my team.
Okay, so what I'm actually hearing, what I love about what you're saying is the people who love the field of marketing and are faced with where to go in that business, I think that they would definitely want to have a conversation with you. If you're younger and you resonate with someone younger, right? Be sure you take care of that opt-in with Ashley. And I really want to thank you, Ashley, for showing that really it was one or two steps that got you launched. And the first one was on your own, which was research to make sure that what you were doing was going to have a return. The other thing that's so important, I think, is that you went to learn some more, and who ended up on your path but an expert in the industry. And that is what will happen even with one or two steps. So what one last thing would you tell the person listening to you who maybe has done with corporate, or at least would like to spread out and try their hand at entrepreneurship or small business owner? What would be your best piece of advice?
My best piece of advice, and I give this to everybody, just do it. I know Nike says that, but just do it. There are so many people who are on the sidelines and scared and worried about the risk, but the bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. There are plenty of experts out there to help you. I am an idiot when it comes to accounting, and I have a phenomenal bookkeeper and a phenomenal CPA. I can't mess it up. I got 2 people helping me. So don't worry about the small things. Don't worry about how you're going to figure everything out. There are people there to help you. Just do it.
Excellent. And the other thing that I noticed is be listening for and be waiting for those signs that maybe you really are meant to go somewhere else. Yeah?
Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh,
This,
yeah.
this has been awesome, Ashley. Thank you so much for your time. I know how busy you are, and I know that those who download your next step, if you will, it'll get you right into action. And on that download, Ashley, there'll be a way for them to reach you, correct?
Yep. There'll be plenty of ways.
Yes. And I would say to watch this again if you're on the verge of an awakening or an epiphany moment for yourself. Tune back in and listen to this again, because we learn through repetition. So Ashley, thank you so much. Appreciate you being part of the summit and sharing your awakening your infinite potential moment.
Thank you so much, Leslie.
You're welcome.